Good to see you.
DT, another year, another challenge. What are your thoughts about your group maybe heading into the fall?
I like the group. It's a good group. Got a lot of pieces. Good mixture of older guys, younger guys. We're still trying to figure out exactly who we are and what we can do. I think that's the big thing as a coach. Obviously, you're still trying to develop guys and get them better, but trying to figure out who can do what and try to plug the pieces in place and go from there. But that's what fall camp's about, and they've been working hard over the summer, and look forward to getting on the grass with these guys.
When you were looking in the transfer portal this year to get some of that depth with Paca and Kedrick Bingley-Jones, guys like that, I mean, what were you identifying in them that you felt like they would be a really good fit for your defensive line?
Well, a couple of things. I had relationships prior with both of those guys because I had recruited both of those guys. Obviously, you want guys who have played and played at a high level, and KJ playing at obviously North Carolina and the ACC, and then Pac playing at Purdue and the Big Ten. So they check those boxes, and then you got to be careful in the portal. Maybe I look at it, or some people look at it a little bit differently. But I want to get good guys in here that's not going to create a problem in terms of attitude, in terms of work ethic, in terms of expectations, what they expect. I was very honest with those guys up front. I told them, hey man, obviously we have a need. Only thing I'm guaranteeing you is an opportunity if you do what I think you're capable of doing, and obviously you'll play and play a lot. So, but those guys, in terms of size, in terms of experience, I thought it's what we needed at the time.
You've got some guys who've got some real potential to be big stars that are coming off injuries, like Trevion Williams and Kelvin Dickens. How have they been progressing this spring?
Well, they've been right on schedule. I think they're eager to get back, and I'm eager to get those guys back, and hopefully we can keep them healthy. But they're right on schedule. They're progressing well. They're running. They're doing football-related agilities. The deal is now get them back out there and get them acclimated, and then kind of go from there.
With a mostly new staff, what have you told them about coaching at Mississippi State, and how have you helped them, as they come here?
I don't know if I've helped them any. Starkville's a unique place. A lot of good people. Obviously, my third time here. It is exactly what it appears to be. It's a college town. Good people. Mississippi State football is important. I think the kids of this state, people ask me all the time, say, where's your favorite place to coach? And I say, in terms of kids, it's Mississippi State. I mean, it's not close. So I think most of them knew what they were getting into coming here, trying to get this thing back where we're competing for championships. That's why I'm here. That's my motivation. I think that's all the coaches. I know Coach Levy, he's been familiar with Mississippi football, having been at the school up north. So I think we're all excited to get out there and get this thing going.
How do you describe Coach Hutzler, both from a scheme perspective and just what it's been like working with him over the last several months?
Coach who?
Hutzler.
Well, everybody playing college football on defense, everybody's kind of doing the same thing. It's a matter of the pieces and your equipment, what you got out there playing. But I've been in the defense, so I kind of knew what to expect. Hutch has been great. He's been great in terms of leaning on me for certain things and trying to bring it all and mesh the coaches, us together, and the players. But it's been fun. It really has. It's been unique in terms of what we're trying to do and some of the things we're doing. But everybody's excited, and I'm excited. And he's been great.
Your defensive end or your edge guys, are you looking for one or two people to go with? Or is that going to be a kind of a mix and match depending on what the season develops?
Well, it's going to be a mix and match for a couple of things, how the season develops and then what we're playing primarily up front. It might be times we need to get bigger. It might be times we need some edge pressure, those type things. So it goes back to what I mentioned earlier about trying to plug pieces in place. We got ends, we got tackles. We got some ends that can play tackle. We got some tackles that can play ends. So based on what we're doing. It might be based on opponent. Some guys might figure into the equation a little bit more than others, but we still got to develop those guys. We still got to get guys that can come off the edge. We still got to get guys that can set edges. We still got to get guys that can rush the quarterback. So those are the things we're trying to develop, and I think we got the pieces now. We just got to continue to progress.
To say you've worked with a lot of different defensive coordinators would be a little bit of an understatement. How do you as a coach have to change what you do when you change defensive coordinators as often as you have in your career?
You're not really changing what you do. What the biggest thing is learning terminology. It's always word associated. Okay, this goes with that, and this goes with that, and sometimes, good or bad, I get caught in another a place that I've been terminology. I might say, so, oh wait, that's this now. So it hadn't been a problem. I mean, football boils down to blocking and tackling. Can you get off blocks and make a play? And on offense, can you block people and move the ball? So the basics for what we do up front, that doesn't change. It just might be terminology and what we're saying on a particular call.
You've got an interesting mix of new, young, old, experienced, red shirts, things like that. Who's kind of stepping forward as the guy that can be your lead dog in the locker room and the team room?
That's a good question. Probably DeMonte. He's taking more of a leadership role, which he should, and KJ Kedrick has kind of taken a leadership role. So, you want to develop leaders. You don't want to name leaders. You want that to kind of work itself out, and then there's no rule that says a leader has to be an older guy or a senior. It just kind of happens that way. But those two right now have been kind of the guys. Pockets, every day somebody might step up and things not going like we want them to go. Somebody might step up and try to take a leadership role. So it's not. I'm not saying you guys are the guys, but those guys should be. Those guys have played the most football. Those guys have been tested, battle tested the most. Those guys know what it takes to win at a high level. So those are the things that kind of factor into it, and they've kind of taking the bull by the horn, so to speak.
Thank you, Coach.
That's it.
Coach.